Judit Varga nam midden vorig jaar ontslag als Hongaars minister van Justitie om lijsttrekker te worden bij de Europese verkiezingen. Ze staat dicht bij premier Orban, die geregeld dwars ligt in de EU. Maar ze benadrukt uitdrukkelijk dat die spanningen, de samenwerking tussen België en Hongarije, niet in de weg staat.
It is not just because of the presidency that the Belgian-Hungarian relationship is flourishing. His Excellency Tamás Kovács, who is the ambassador for the bilateral relations, is working day and night to have as much activity and as much possibility out of the cooperation of the two countries. For example, our commercial activity, commercial relationship is on a historic high between the two countries.
Hongarije en premier Orban zullen vanaf 1 juli het voorzitterschap overnemen van België, net zoals in 2011. Velen in Brussel kijken met angst naar de tweede jaarhelft, maar volgens Judit Varga is daar geen reden toe.
We have a very strong experience how to run a presidency and how we can be able to separate between our very important Hungarian issues and between the task of honest broker of the presidency. So as a presidency we will strive for the European consensus, but it does not mean that Hungary cannot voice its own views on the right place.
Hoe moeilijk Hongarije ligt in de EU bleek onlangs nog toen Charles Michel aankondigde dat hij vervroegd zal opstappen als Europees president. Als er geen vervanger komt, zou Orban zijn taak tijdelijk kunnen overnemen. Brussel gonst van de rampscenario's om dat te vermijden.
This is just a hysteria within the bubble, and those who are outside of this Brussels bubble don't even pay attention to this crisis. Let's say I don't think this is a topic which worth mentioning.
There's a lot of discussion about it in Brussels.
It's generated within the bubble. This is why Prime Minister Orban very wisely advised strategic patience. Let's cross the bridge when we get there.
Momenteel ligt Hongarije onder vuur over Oekraïne. Premier Orban blijft bijvoorbeeld contacten hebben met de Russische president Poetin. Officieel propageert Budapest dat het vrede wil in Oekraïne.
Europe should be striving for peace, not for the war escalation. This is becoming more and more clear, I think, also in the public opinion.
But when I'm in Ukraine, people tell me it's very simple. If Ukraine stops fighting, we lose the war. If Russia stops fighting, the war stops. Shouldn't there be much more pressure on Russia? Well, I have the impression you're putting now pressure on Ukraine to stop fighting.
I don't think that asking for peace puts pressure on anyone. And I think only ceasefire and peace talks can eliminate further bloodshed in that country.
But that will be advantage for Russia then? Because they invaded, they are the aggressor.
I think this is I know that this is the mainstream narrative in the European media, and
don't you accept that Russia invaded Ukraine?
I'm not a military specialist, but I don't think that if a country says that we would like to strive for peace, and that should be the mainstream line for European politics, that would eliminate the further bloodshed.
Orban blokkeerde op de vorige EU-raad in december ook nog eens 50 miljard euro meerjarensteun voor Oekraïne. De EU probeert opnieuw een oplossing te zoeken op een nieuwe top op 1 februari. Hongarije wil het liefst dat die steun buiten het EU-budget blijft.
We said right from the beginning, outside of the EU budget, we should find some solution for the funding. So the how and when, in which steps, is rather the question. So
you say to keep it outside of the budget?
To keep it outside of the budget and
that's
make
a plan B, but there is also
for the EU.
Now.
For us, it's a plan A. But now, finally, the EU is coming to the plan B, which was the Hungarian plan A.
But there's also this proposal to have a half-year review, a temporary break. Is that enough for Hungary?
There are good solutions, there are good options, there are good constructive proposals.
Hongarije fulmineert ook geregeld tegen de migratiepolitiek van de EU. Het bouwde in 2015 een hek om vluchtelingen en migranten buiten te houden en kreeg veel kritiek daarvoor over zich heen. Het nieuwe migratiepact dat nu door de EU is goedgekeurd blijft voor Budapest onvoldoende, omdat asielzoekers nog altijd asiel zullen kunnen aanvragen binnen de EU-grenzen.
Once you are at the border, thanks to European legislation, you will be released into the territory. And for the other side of the world, it's a nice invitation card. It's a great pull factor. So it shows a very wrong direction. We should not import the problem of the third world into European territory. And I don't think it's a human right to wake up in a certain part of the globe, to point another country, and I have the human right to live there.
Judit Varga komt na de Europese verkiezingen als Europees parlementslid terug naar Brussel, waar ze haar carrière begon. Ze hoopt op een nieuwe conservatieve meerderheid in Europa.
For the moment, there is a left-liberal majority. But we need to bring into this circle more and more conservative views so that we may shift this majority towards a more sober, more pro-European, more strong nation-state concept, Europe. And we will never be a United States of Europe. We always remain Europe, the united in diversity.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.